Hey hackers, what's up? What's up? Time for another stream. If there's any bad audio or anything like that, let me know. Put some music on. Let's see. So my wallpaper, you actually get this wallpaper on the Cosmodium Cyberstore. It's completely free. Everything on there as of right now is free. So you can actually click the link in the description to my website, and it's at the top somewhere. Let's put some music on. Let's see. I need to make sure this music isn't too loud. Turn this down a little bit. All right, hopefully that's good enough for you to hear. I'll make it a little louder. There you go. Awesome. So I honestly don't remember where we left off last time with this whole thing of creating this project. So I guess we're just going to jump into it. You can open up Visual Studio, get Kite out here as well. All right, and let me make sure that's not in your guys' way. tight. I wanted to make this a little bit smaller and put it like right here. There you go. All right, so take out PowerShell. Awesome. Try the new cross-platform PowerShell. That sounds cool. I'll check it out eventually. So we need to cd into documents, code, Python, and Codex. Clear. Okay, so if we list, yeah, we're in the right directory. So we need to probably go into ciphers, I think, and Caesar cipher.py. So let's actually check out the, I guess, progress of our Caesar cipher so far. So if we do Python 3 Caesar cipher.py, seems like a little bit of trouble with the title formatting, I think. Yeah, I think this is all shifted by one. I can't tell. Yeah, I think there's like an extra space like right here. Oh yeah, it is all shifted, I think. I honestly can't tell. So I'll just regenerate it again and then throw it back in there or something. But yeah, Caesar cipher one-liners. So I think what we should do is actually format this section to look more like an actual shell script. So something like nmap or Metasploit, just so people can recognize the formatting a bit better. But if we do try to use this, right, so we can do Python 3 Caesar cipher.py, and we can do attack E to encrypt, and then we'll do attack T for some plain text, we'll do hello, and then I think no output would just result in it being printed out. No key was specified. Oh, okay. So look at that. It does work. And so we'll do attack key of 5, and then we get MJQQT. So we need to have this clear the screen once sorry, my computer is saying something wrong with the screen. If there's anything wrong with the screen, let me know. But I think it should be good. Cool. So the general script does work though. So we're going to have to do some cleanup on here. Let's see what we have at the top here. So we need to find a way to check if the arguments are empty, so they get opt error. Okay. So where's our try statement? Do we have a try statement in here when we're trying to get all this working? Oh, okay, so it says accept type error, no key or input was specified. All right, and then we can do a accept with a get. So we can do let's try this. What's the name of the error again? Get opt error. Okay, get opt error. Gotcha. I know I didn't just copy this line up here, but all right, where was this line? Right here. So get opt error, and then under here we can just specify print all right, what was the error I put here? No key or input was specified. So we can go in here, we can say no value was given to your argument. Then we can do a new line. We can go here and we can do the help menu, just like that. Awesome. So what this is going to allow us to do is just check if a value is added to our program. So if we go on to PowerShell, and if we just don't add a value for 5, instead of, okay, never mind. So we need to have a try and accept statement somewhere else. I think in the parser. Yeah, we're going to have to put this try and accept in the parser. So let's Control X this. Where's the parser? Command line interface, parser, right? All right, so where should we put this? Try. So we're going to have to try this. Oh, we can't assign an argument if there's no argument there. Gotcha. So we need to, I'll just put the try statement right here so we can try. All right, and then we can have our accept statement. There you go. So this returns something, so I guess we can just, no, that's not going to work. Hold up. I just want to try this, and if something fails, it's just going to print this to the screen. But it's still going to keep going. Oh, okay. How about this? So let's undo this. Get rid of this try. Awesome. So when we get the arguments, so if arguments is equal to true, we're going to try to get the arguments. And if that doesn't work out, then we are just going to do this. And then we're going to have to how do we like terminate the code, right? I guess if we had this in a loop, we could break it. Oh wait, what's the if no errors occur, like else, right? So else runs if no errors occur, I think, and then finally runs no matter what. Okay, so we can have an else statement in here. So else. So we can enter here, we do an enter here, and then literally so if the argument is true, that's right, and then the else is right there. So this else, everything pretty much up until here, we need to tab over. Cool. Tries to get all arguments. Catches arguments with no value. And then we got, what's this one? Continues with received arguments. There you go. So with that working, we could actually probably run this, and there you go. It says no value was given to your argument. Awesome. Okay. So we can go to the top, and we got this done. What's next? Brute forcing. Oh, this is going to be fun. And then we're not going to add colors for a little bit because I want to get a working version, and colors can be kind of difficult, and we're also going to have to make that one of the requirements for this project, so we're going to have to find a way to get the users to pip install We can just have like the requirements.txt and have that be pip installed and all that. So we'll worry about that in the future, but that's still just a good thing to remember. Brute forcing. Should we add a range? Yeah. All right, we'll figure out how to add the range in here in a second. What's next? I probably should just go back up here. Brute forcing, that's right, okay. So we have the encrypt function, a decrypt function, and now we're going to have our brute forcing function. So def brute force. All right, cool. So now we need to put plain content encryption key. Actually, we don't need a key because it is a brute forcing. So plain content encryption key and then print content. So plain content. Oh, I need to get kite back out of here. There you go. So plain content. What's next? So we got plain content. We got our. We don't need the encryption key. Print CNT, and then we're going to need a range. So range by default is going to equal 26. I think. We'll make that work in a second. So now we need to get this. So how do we use print CNT? So if print content is true, okay. So this is when it comes to the outputting. So we'll say outputs content to. Honestly, I'm just going to copy this. So we're going to paste this. So outputs content to the command line interface. So we'll say brute forced content and then have our output. And then outputs content to file. And this looks about right. Oh yeah, we don't have an output variable, so it's going to be kind of confused. But we'll make our output is equal to the single quotes. Awesome. And then we can just say output variable. And there you go. Cool. So how do we actually get this brute forcing process done? Now, when I first developed the Caesar cipher, this is the wrong one. Oh no, this is the right one. Yeah, CaesarCipher.py. So I developed a way, a process where you could either brute force the Caesar cipher with a range, or brute force the Caesar cipher standalone. So let's see if I can implement this old version back into this new version. All right, let me get some water. All right, let's get back to work. So we need to pretty much get this. So if brute force option equals 1. Okay, so this is all shift keys. Okay, so we have some start range and end range. Okay, so let's actually start making the range section. So first argument is the cipher and proc for, so that be, oh yeah, and we can just say not required for brute forcing, which is the tech B. Cool. So we can do attack tech R, which is our range. So we can just say start, end, and then our equal sign right here. And then we'll say choose a range to start and end. Choose a range of keys to start and end the brute force. Cool. So that's what we want this tech R to do. Cool. All right, now all right, cool. So this needs to be a Caesar text cipher.py tech E. Awesome. What's next? Cool. So let's get this brute forcing in. We have a start range and end range variable that, so when we go down here to the actual main area, okay, we run the command line interface. Check for arguments. I'm gonna delete that because we don't do that anymore. Supposed to get all arguments. Arguments equals parser. Cool. Catches arguments with no value. How did I? Oh, here it is. Okay. So when we're doing the brute forcing, we can have our brute. Did we just call this brute force? It needs to be brute force Caesar. Brute force underscore Caesar. There you go. So we need in here to brute force Caesar. And then we need to have our inputted content. And let me reopen Kite again. All right, so brute force Caesar inputted content, and we don't need a key anymore. Okay, and then we need the print content, so we can do print underscore content, and then we need our range. So when we do our parser, we need to check if that's an output option. All right, so we can just call this processing options. So we have our key in here. Then we're going to need our opt equals a tech R. Then we can do arg dict, and then our tech R, and then we can have it be equal to int the value of the argument. Oh no, wait. So it's going to need to be argument dot split so it's going to split. How do we do split again? is going to be separate. Yeah, that's right. So we're going to separate it at a that's right? Argument dot split. I should probably open up like my Python course because it's funny. I taught Python. I always be forgetting like how to do some of these simpler things. Introduction to Python 3. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, I have an open source and version of the course as well as it being on my website. Sorry. Where's the list? Isn't there like a methods? Yeah, working with methods, module 7. Yeah, split. So print hello world dot split. Oh, okay. So we're right. We're good. All right, I'm gonna leave this page over on my other thing. All right, but yeah, that should be good. All right, now let's go ahead and cool. So we're going to split it at that, and then it's going to be a list. Okay, so how do we get arguments.get? Okay. So what we do is arguments.get the value. So we need to get an arguments tag R. So for the range. Okay, so let's say if arguments dot get tech R. So we need to see if there is a range in there. Is equal is true. Then brute force, and then we're going to do range is equal to arguments dot get, and then we're going to do the string version of tech R. So now what we can do is if the range is true, and then what we can do is else brute force plain text print content, and then the only difference here is we're going to have a range with the 0 for the start range, and then a range with the value of 1 for the end range. Cool. And then else it's going to be plain content, whatever. Oh no, this is inputted content, and then this needs to be print contents. There you go. Awesome. So now we need to go back to our brute forcing function. In the range, we'll have a start range. So a start range is going to be equal to what do we do it in here? 0 to 27. So that's what we're going to put as the default value, 0. And our end range is going to be equal to 27. There you go. So we have our plain content, our print content. All right, this is awesome. So now all we have to do is actually perform the brute forcing process. All right, so this is the actual brute forcing, right? So we can have, there you go. Cool, so I'm gonna just take this old version right here. I'm gonna copy this, and I realize that the file's over here. Cool, so we're going to paste in here, and we're going to start modifying this. So our shift key is going to be equal to our start range. So for shift in the range of our start range and end range, we're going to add that as our text, add one to the shift key. All right, so how do we ensure that this is going to work with, oh yeah, see, there you go, file. So we don't have an actual file variable. So we need it to be in the plain content, I believe. What did we do? So for character in plain content, all right? So let's do that. So for character in our plain content, there you go. So we're just going to replace, Control H. So we're going to replace letter with character. There you go. What's next? All right, so yeah. Then if our characters is in our symbols variable, then we will append that character. So cool. All we need to make sure is our shift key is this. So how do we write it out to our file in our previous version? We would write to an output underscore file text. Okay, so yeah, we have a write file function in our old version. So output, that's right. So we used, oh no, this should be working, I think. Oh yeah, so we need to add our range to our parser, right? So where's our parser? Decrypt, brute force, and parser. There you go. So we have a K, which means we need to have our R here, and then we need to, oh no, wait. Let's have our R at the end. No, I've added the key at the end, so that's fine. We can just add it to the end. Okay, I'm tripping up. So our R is going to be our range. So we can do range. There you go. Cool. So what is next? I guess we can test it and see if it's working. So we'll do our text as our encrypted MJQQT, which is the encrypted version of hello with the key of 5. And then if we do attack B for brute force, and then have a tack, oh, let's leave it blank. All right, what went wrong here? Text reference before assignment. Where is our brute forcing function? There you go. Where's this text thing that they're talking about? Control F. What line was this? 105. Text plus equals shift key. Oh, do we have a text variable up in here? Yeah, so a text is equal to our blank. Okay, so let's see if we just do a text. Oh, for our brute forcing, instead of an output, we have text. Okay, that's fine. We can just find and replace it. So we can do a Control H and get all of our text characters and replace it with output. So can replace this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. All right, and that should be it. And then we'll just have it be outputted. So let's try this again. And oh, there you go. So number 5 is hello, because that's the encryption. Look at that, dude. Oh, that is awesome. I'll zoom in for you guys. So what this did is that we brute forced it, right, with the shift key of 0, then a 1, 2, all the way until 26, right? And that's the standard version. Because the shift key used to encrypt that text is the number 5, we got our hello in that brute force. So that worked. Now, cool, so that worked, which is really good. Now what we need to do is add the range, right? So technically the range should be working. Cool. So if we do this, what on earth is happening, dude? Why is this so weirdly formatted? Well, okay, whatever. So Caesar cipher, TAC B, which is for brute force, TAC T, which is the text, and then if we do a TAC R for a range, and if we just do a range of 1 to 10, okay, so that didn't work. It should have only started from 1 to 10. So where did we go wrong here? We probably edited this file by accident or something. I don't know. So, so we get the shift key. It probably has to do with our start range and end range, right? So our start range is 0 and our end range is 27. So this works perfectly fine. I think the problem has to be lying in where we are running the brute forcing function. So range equals arguments that get tech R. And then, okay, so let me see. Inputted content equals, okay, no, that's fine. Let's actually print, let's actually print R. Let's print our range, just so we can see what the computer is reading and why it's wrong. So, cool. So, what does the range print out? It gets 1 and 10. So, why does that not work? So if range, oh, it's the range is true. So if range, maybe it's equal to true. Let's try this then. No, that still didn't work. So how do you know, like, oh, how about this, right? Because with the get, you can add a value to say that it doesn't exist, right? So if we get R, so if range is equal to false, whoops. So if our range is false, we can just run this, and then we can get this line, and then paste it in here, and then delete this line. Cool. So if we run this, then no key or input was specified. What do you mean no key or input was specified? No key or input was specified. Tech B, we get tech T, tech R. Why did that not work? Oh yeah, so this is saying if none of these works. So, but the tech B is there. What? This thing is tripping, dude. Python 3 Caesar.py. Alright, I don't know why it's doing this. So tag B for brute force. Then our text will be MJQQT. And then we want our tag R for range, which is 1 to 10. Oh my gosh, dude. So if range is equal to false. Oh, we get a type error from printing range, don't we? Alright, let me alright, so let's go back. Control F, dictionaries. Dictionaries is module 5. We go module 5. Okay. So with the get, oh, we can do in. All right, so we can use in. So we can say if the tech R. Yeah, because it's not going to. They're not going to put a tech R there if they don't have a range, right? Okay, so let's do if ciphering process in this. So we can say if so if what's the tech R is in range, right? Is in our arguments. Let's see. Is in, yeah, so if yeah. So I actually should put this up here. Is in arguments. Then we can do, we can actually just keep the range here. So we can delete. Okay, so let's put this tabbed. And then there you go. So checks if user output type, checks if output was specified. And here we can just do there you go. So checks if range was specified. There you go. So now when we try to actually do these ciphering processes, so if ciphering process is tech B, we don't need to print the range anymore because we're getting that. And then we can say if so if we have a range, so how do we actually do this part, right? Oh, it may not be doing this either because we didn't specify the other range. So we can do like range equals range if oh yeah, so we can do range equals range. Oh, range equals our current range if tech R in arguments, else it will equal false. There you go. So if range is equal to false, it'll do this, else it'll do that. All right, so let's actually try this again. Oh my gosh, dude. And my terminal's like glitching up and stuff. All right. Because if I scroll down, it doesn't render anymore. All right. PowerShell, are you right? Clear. Cool. So Python 3 cipher.pi, attack B, then we're going to do attack T, MJQQT, and then attack, and then if we just do that, okay, it works. So if we don't add the tac R, it works fine, which is good. Now what we need to do is run this again, and if we add the tac R, and then we say a range of 1 to 10, it fails. Okay. I can't figure out why this is not working because it says accept type error. Oh, let's comment this out and see what the error is. Okay. Indentation expected. There's something wrong with the else indentation? Seriously? Oh, what's wrong with the try? Oh, alright, I'll just comment this out. Oh, no, never mind. Alright, well, we can just shift tab this over, comment this out, and there you go. So, let's try this again. String cannot be interpreted as an integer. Oh! Okay, so we'll just make this the int version of range. Oh, you can't make... Oh, okay, wait, hold up. So we'll keep this as range, but instead of that, we're just going to make this an int. Oh, okay. I was wondering what was wrong. int. There you go. So we're making those integers now. So if we run this, yeah, there you go. Okay. So all we need to do now is, because they specified 1 through 10, right? So all we have to do is add 1 to the second value. So we can just do plus 1. And now if we run this, oh yeah, I'm adding it to the integer version. Whoops. So we can just do a plus 1. And hopefully that, there you go. So it does 1 through 10. Awesome. All right, so now we can actually tab all this back 1 over, and then, whoops, uncomment this and uncomment this. What input? No key or argument, maybe? I just do argument. No key or argument was specified. Awesome. So now this actually is working. So we can do this, and there you go. So the fifth one, which is using shift key of 5, is hello. Cool. So, and if we don't specify a range, it does all 26. All right, so now we should go to our menu and specify brute forces all keys by default. Brute forces using all keys, all possible keys by default. So brute force is using all possible keys by default. There you go. And there you go. So I think the Caesar cipher section is actually done. Kind of, right? So we have the Caesar cipher section working. And I guess we can start developing on the main.py and see if we can get a version. Because file.txt. Okay, so the Caesar cipher as a standalone file works. Would you say runs main function if file not being imported. Cool. So we can go to the top and brute forcing is done. We're going to add colors sometime in the future because this is not the only part. We're making a lot of different, I guess, cryptographic suite or codes or whatever. So I guess we should actually start cleaning up this code. I would just go down and make sure it's actually clean. We need to fix this menu, so we should add that. To do fix menu. Cool. Then we have the imports. The symbols are fine. We have the path that's generated. Determine whether extra characters are going through. Oh, when we're encrypting the content. Oh, yeah, I have to figure that out. All right. This looks pretty clean. I'm going to move this note down in here, just so I can know that there's something wrong at the end of that with the bottom. Cool. So now we can decrypt here, and it looks pretty much the same. And then the brute forcing. So what's the comment we put on the other ones? Decrypts content. All right. So brute forces content and outputs this. All right. So that's good. That's good. Okay, yeah, this is pretty big. So let's fix this command line interface function. One-liners. So we can do this try, and then the except here, and then our else. So our key is equal to the arguments.getK. All right. All right, so we're like getting variables for ciphering process. There you go. All right, so we're saying attempts to run cipher. And then except we can do catches errors, catches unspecified arguments. Then we have our help menu. All right, yeah. So the code is now cleaned up. Cool. Oh, I guess that's just going to stay up here until we actually finish this. But what we need to do now is actually kind of, I don't have like nmap or any shell scripts on this computer. So I'm just going to like say like nmap tac help. I wonder if there's like the, I need to see like a clear version of how they do it. No, not like an nmap scan, but just the help. Okay, let's see this. Because I'm pretty much just gonna copy them. No. All right, so they have it, and then they specify it with a colon. Okay. So this seems like the quote-unquote industry standard. All right, let's check out this one. Okay. So it's the list scan. So why do they have colons on some and then tags on others? Oh, okay, no, the colon is here. And then you can specify. Oh, okay, I got it. I got it. I like how they're doing it up here. So this is the one I'm going to follow. So in our help menu, all right. It's explaining it. That's funny. Yeah, and I'm just trying to make sure. I mean, you're probably right. I'm probably just overthinking this. I can't lie. But I want it to be as clear as possible. Cool. So I think we're pretty much done with the Caesar cipher parts. And I need to figure out how we can actually start developing the actual main.py, which is empty, which is kind of sad, but you know. How am I living? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Moderately busy, but I have some cool video ideas coming out in the future. And just been working along that type of stuff. And saw the High Five interview. Oh, nice. Appreciate it, man. I like your username, manchild. Alright, so for my Linux users, we'll go ahead and add the shebang here. And I'm literally just going to copy like this. Boom. Alright, so main file for the Codex project. Cool. So I'm going to actually push this up to the GitHub so that way you guys can check it out. Working Caesar cipher. Awesome. And then let's sync it. All right, so that should be it. So if I actually go ahead and go into Cosmodium CS, repositories, take your time, the Codex project, and I think this is updated. Yeah, all right, see, working Caesar cipher. So I'll just drop the link in here for you guys if you guys want to check it out. And I'll pin it. Cool. Been utilizing the io.mg keyboard, the bash button. Oh, appreciate you. Add to your favorites. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Oh, the that MG cable. I want to check that out, dude. That looks pretty cool. I know they had like that new thing, Majig. I forgot. It was like a new update or a new, like a longer range. I don't remember. I saw some video. I wasn't really completely paying attention, but it did look pretty cool. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. And I made a new video on Monday for a Ducky script keylogger. So it's keylogging in geofence. Oh, okay, got you. So from ciphers import all. Oh yeah, so you can initiate. Oh yeah, they got the Bluetooth thing. Gotcha. I'll stay tuned and subscribe. Appreciate that. But yeah, all right. So let's get packages that we developed. So hypothetically speaking, what I want this to be able to do is I want to be able to just like run this and get right. So I want to be able to run this main file and then with a one-liner specify whether I want to use the Caesar cipher or I don't know, Visionaire cipher and whatever. And then from there, I will be able to run whatever, what you want to call it, whatever cipher I want to. There you go. I'm bad at talking. I'll stay tuned and subscribe. Appreciate that. Your vid on Monday was awesome. Loving your content. Thank you. Yeah, the vid on Monday, I think that was like the 4th version of that payload. It took me a while to build that thing, but it was actually a lot of fun to do. Man, child, but no, dude, you're perfectly fine, dude. Talk as much as you want. Makes the chat look nicer. So talk as much as you want, dude. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoy the payload. Some of you guys were asking some more like advanced topics or advanced payloads, so I was like, well, cool. Because a lot of my background, if you saw the Hack 5 interview, is malware development, and I also like web hacking, cryptography, things like that. But with malware development and Hack 5 tools kind of go hand in hand a little bit. So it's definitely a fun toy for a guy like me to use. Cool. So let's do main. Let's call this main. And actually, no, that's Codex main. So I also probably need to make the one-liner abilities in this thing also a separate package as well. Oh my gosh, this is going to take forever, dude. All right, and we'll just pass, and then we can do if name, whoops, name is equal to main, and then pass. Cryptography feels not as a study topic. It's pretty awesome. It seems daunting, but it's good stuff. Yeah, it's pretty daunting specifically because of like I guess the complexity of it. At sometimes is like the mathematics behind like more advanced ciphers and things like that, like the Diffie-Hellman cipher, or not in cipher key exchange. Got to get into trouble with something. Yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. All right, so we don't actually need to pass this. I'm just tripping. So Codex main. And then we're just going to run main code. And then this is the actual main code. The math side of cryptography is very much my bag, but it's boring to most people. Yeah. I can't lie. As much as I love it, it's pretty boring. At least for me. There are a lot more than just 1.5 passes for working, even hackers. Yeah. All right, so what we need to do. So from ciphers, we're importing all, right? So we go to our ciphers directory, right? And we're getting our Caesar cipher.py. So hypothetically, if I just do like, I don't know, like Caesar text cipher dot main, can I do that? Or do I need like ciphers dot Caesar cipher dot main? See, I don't think I can have the tag in there, can I? All right, so it's time to rename this file. We're just going to do camel case because, yeah, we're just going to do that. So Caesar cipher, so we can do Caesar cipher And I guess we don't need to do the ciphers dot anymore. And then, like, would that work? I don't think that's gonna work. Let me see. Is this recognizing the fact that... Yeah, I don't think this is working. I need to figure this out. Caesar cipher tech dot main. If we go, oh wait, it's not dot main, is it? It's like Caesar main or something. I still don't think that's gonna work, but all right, so we can cd out of here, and then Python 3 main.py. Caesar cipher is not defined. Of course, it's not defined. We're going to our ciphers, and yeah, we have our pi cache in here too. So, did you include the reference to ciphers in your main project? Yeah. So this right here is the main file. We have a packages directory right here. Actually, let me show it to you guys so you can actually see what I'm doing a little bit better. Explorer. Cool. So here's the Codex Codex project, right? So we have our ciphers right here, and this is a package because we have our pi cache and our init.py, and then our Caesar cipher.py in here. We actually don't need these two things, so I'm gonna delete those. So outside of that, we have our main.py right here, which is going to be importing from the ciphers package. Hopefully that clarified it. And that's what I'm trying to do. So if we're going from our ciphers to import all, unless if like ciphers is already a... See, look, codex. Wait, if we go to our ciphers, codex.ciphers. Okay, I need to figure this out. It would never be that easy. Come on. It's never that easy. Did you include our friend's project? Never mind, I see it on my side. Oh, okay. And is the writing too small? Because I can make it bigger if you guys are having any trouble saying it. I appreciate the walkthrough and visual. Sure then. All right, so why is this not working? So we're going to our... Okay, instead of importing all, let's just import our Caesar cipher. Whoops. Caesar... I cannot spell. Caesar cipher. There you go. Okay, so that seems like it's going to work. Python 3 main.py. Oh, let's go. There you go. Okay, so we can actually run our Caesar cipher. Okay, cool. So there you go. Okay, so that's actually really cool. So we have our Caesar cipher now in here, and we can now probably I guess work through that on some way. Looks like on my end would be cool if we live. Let's do this. Oh yeah, that would be cool if it was live, like on the GitHub. Yeah, I updated the GitHub once I finished the Caesar cipher file, and boom, Friday love. But once I fixed the main.py file, I just updated it like 2 minutes ago, so it should be good. So, and it's pinned on the chat, I think. And if it's not, then I'm sorry. Cool. So we have the Caesar cipher actually working. I guess what we need to do is find a way to get from the main.py to the Caesar cipher with one-liners. Okay. I think that should be right. So what we need to do is we can probably make like different run functions. Like a run Caesar, run whatever. Or we can like see, how do we get the input in there though? Oh, I have an idea. Okay, I'll figure this out. You gonna do any CTFs? If there's any good ones. Not to be mean or anything, but if there's anything that looks interesting, I'll check out CTF time and see if there's any good ones out there that I'm going to be pretty interested in. But otherwise, because I can use some like try hack me rooms or whatever, but like an actual CTF. But yeah. You feel me? Yeah. All right. How do I do this? Unless if they have good rewards though, because some CTFs have some like cool rewards, and if I'm like, I can actually try to get those. Keyword try. No, I'm fine. So we can run Caesar. Now some of them are lame. I like the competitive aspect. Same, yeah. Why not heads up? Yeah. I have a CTF team in my Discord, but I think like 2 of them moved or something. So I need to start rebuilding my CTF team, unless the other guys come back or something. But and if you guys are curious, Discord link is in the description. I'm like moderately active on there. Actually, I'm pretty active on there. I can't lie. Cool. So run Caesar. So run Caesar cipher package. So def run Caesar. All right. So how are we going to get this working, right? So we can actually. So we need to do double space and then imports Caesar. You're down? Yeah. Join the server. And I think in like the request roles channel, like at the very bottom of the server, you can ask to be in the CTF team in there. So just put something in there so I remember to add you. So I'll add you after I stream. And can you guys hear the music? Because I hope it's like going through. Alright, so what we need to do is get input from the user and basically ask them, or not ask them, because we need to make sure. How do I want to do this? Because we have one-liners set in this file. So all we have to do is get input from the user saying the type of encryption, the type of process of the cipher that they're going to do, and then all the other arguments that are included with the cipher as well. So which means we only need to detect one argument, right? No music on your end? Okay. I'm just turning it up maybe. Let me turn up my Spotify. Let me know if that's better. Or maybe the song's just very quiet. I'm gonna skip this song. Alright, no, I'm skipping this song too. There you go. Alright, it's faint, yeah. It's like every song I played so far is like terrible. So no offense to the playlist or whatever. Cool. So what this means is, yeah, so we only need to get one argument. So what I think we should try to do is okay, let's make the parser a separate package. No, I don't think that's gonna work. Would it? You still enlisted? No, and yes. I'm in the Secret Corps. I don't know how to explain it. If you ever heard of like Navy Reserves, it's kind of structured like that. I need to figure this out. Fair say no more. No, ask away, guys. I might do like a ask me anything type of thing eventually, but yeah, just ask away, dude. I'm just confused on how to because I don't want to make a separate parser. Oh yeah, because see this parser right here is very specific to Caesar, like the Caesar cipher. Oh, you know what we could do? Because we already have a parser in here. Okay, wait. So if we just call this the Caesar parser, and then go to our other Caesar parser, can I just control F for parser? Oh yeah, we're good on there. So, because we already have a parser, we can just import it. Okay, so what we need to do is find a way to get this working. Alright, so how do I do it in here? So I need to get the same imports that I'm using in here. I hate when your file gets too long, by the way. In the because I have to keep scrolling like all the way up and down and up and down. Cool. Cool. So now we need to set up a parser for. There you go. Let's create a parser after the run Caesar. We may not even use this, to be honest, this run Caesar function right here, because we can just run this. So yeah, I'm gonna delete this actually. That's kind of pointless. We need to. Why write your code when you can use someone else's? That's a fair point, man. I mean, I guess that's what kind of what you guys do with like my content, like when I make payloads and such. How do I? Okay, yeah. So we need to create the parser. All right. So what I'm gonna do here is literally just copy and paste my other parser, and then just modify it. Because I'm not rewriting this parser because this took way too long to write. Alright, so let's copy all of this. Perfect. And paste it. Awesome. So let's go ahead and. So with the parser. Oh no, it's just. Okay. Oh, I never made a function out of it. Whoops. So def parser. Okay. So def parser. And all right, so we don't need a key or any of this other stuff. We just need whatever type of cipher they're trying to write. So we can do C for Caesar, and we can literally just like delete most of this stuff. Cool. So in here we can just do C's for Caesar. And we're also going to need to make a menu in here as well. Oh my gosh. So the help menu, and then help underscore menu is equal to. Cool. So again, copy and pasting some old stuff. How did I do it in here? So I had 2 tabs. All right, so we can just say, I don't know. I don't know. The Codex project. Is one line, is one word or 2 words? Oh, I even made it lowercase on here. I need to make it consistent across, else it's going to look weird. So the Codex project one-liners. And cool. So what arguments are we going to have? We're going to have a text C for Caesar cipher, right? All right, you know what I can do? Boom. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. All right, Kite, you're going to have to go like over here or something. When in doubt, tech it out. Y'all are creating up some really good sayings, dude. Alright, I'm gonna turn down the music like a little bit. Alright, this song is terrible, dude. Alright, I'm playing one of my playlists. If I get copyright strike, then so be it. Alright, let's do, if you want to see my playlist, you can actually just do cosmodiumcs.com/playlists, and you can see all my playlists. Let's just do some basic stuff. We're doing it. Cool. Awesome. Alright, what's next? So we have the text C for Caesar. So Caesar cipher, whoops. And then our tag B is going to be for Visionaire whenever we do that. Visionaire, is that how you spell it? Cipher. Alright, so I guess we should just have a ciphers then. So ciphers, and then we have our text C. So I don't have to keep adding cipher to the end. So Caesar, Visionaire, and I literally forgot every other cipher I was going to be making on this project. So let's go to our roadmap. All right, so Visionaire. I'm gonna actually have a quick way to do Rod 13 in here. So Visionaire, we're gonna have multiplicative, whatever. Multiplicative. I hope I spelled that right. Reverse. Reverse should be easy. Oh, and this is going to be hard to do because we need to make sure these, what are they called? Arguments aren't repeating, because we already are using the tech R for our Caesar cipher. Where is it? Yeah, we have a tech R right here already. So we're going to have to figure out how to not recycle arguments. And then we have a tag B for base 64, yeah. And we can't, the arguments have to be one letter apparently, I think. Or something like that, I can't remember. Base 64. Cool. So those are going to be the ciphers for version 0.1. But in the first video I talked about, we're going to add these in the future. So like Zor, phonetic, binary, all this other stuff. So it's going to be pretty cool. But yeah. Another random stretch. All right, another sip of water. Awesome. Cool. What's next? What's next? Double tech lets you do long arguments. That's true. I'll make that a note because I forgot about that. Note. Let's do double tech for long arcs. There you go. Awesome. All right, fantasy no more. Code. All right, so we got ciphers there. So now we have to have our parser actually get these, right? Now the thing is, I'm gonna close this. With these ciphers. All right, I'm gonna just delete all of these except for this one, just so I can have this as a reference. Cool. So we can do if our opt is equal to a text C. But who the hell wants to spell it? Engineer. That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm pretty sure I spelled it wrong too. And there's like an accent on the E. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's what I'm saying, dude. So for the most part, we should be fine. I'll just do like alternatives. Or I'll kind of do what Hashcat does with like the different types of hashes. Like they just have like that number that you can put in there. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about because I don't feel super motivated to explain it. If opt is equal to text C, then we can add it to the dictionary. Our dictionary, and then we're going to do a text C. And then this is going to be equal to the argument. Cool. So now, when it comes to running the Caesar cipher, all right, I'm like half concerned. Why is there an error here? Oh, I have this right here. Here, I'll just uncomment this. There you go. We will do a mental edit. It never happened. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Never happened. Alright, let's tab this over for trying to have clean code. Like, I try to keep my code as clean as I can, and I'll put as many comments in there to help people understand what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, if it's dirty, it's code. If it's dirty code, it's dirty code. You know? Let me think. Can you do a courtesy git push? I can. I updated it enough to the point where the Caesar cipher is working, but the main file should still probably be blank. But yeah, I can do a courtesy push. I just want... Actually, give me like 2 minutes. Because I don't want people to check it out and then just have the whole thing be broken. But I updated it before I started working on the main.py file. So you still should be able to use the Caesar cipher.py, which is in the ciphers thing. But yeah, I'll do one in a second. All right, awesome. So what's next? We have a taxi for the cipher, and we get that. So when we're doing our main code, we need to check to see if there are any, I guess, arguments added. So we are just going to copy this entire thing right here and just throw this in here. Awesome. So we're checking for arguments. That's all we're doing. If arguments exist, then it will be true. If arguments don't exist, it'll be false. And then, so we're running CLI, which is the command line interface. Cool. I guess we actually do need a CLI function in here. So CLI is command line interface, in case if you didn't know. Interface, as opposed to like a GUI or something. Def CLI, and wow. Okay, so now we have our CLI function. We need to actually what do you call it? Get the taxi working. So how do we do this? We don't need to display the banner yet. All right, yeah, so one-liners, and then we can just say if our arguments, so if argument check, and then we are going to have our arguments exist in there. So we can just do this argument check right here, and then if it is true, all right, and then we're going to pass real quick, and then we're just going to say, because if it's false, we're just going to show the help menu, right? Yeah, so help menu. So if all right, let me check something real quick. Cool. All right. So if our argument check, actually no, never mind, we can just do an else. So else, and then we can print our help menu. Cool. So now we have this. So all we have to do is get it so it can run the CLI, and then, get it so we can run that taxi, and then I'll push it up so you guys can check out the new version. So how do we do this in here? So we need to try to get all arguments. Okay, so we're just going to copy that. Cool, so paste that. All right, it's really blowing me right now that I can't see both of these as clearly. Okay, so with our parser works fine. And then command line interface, our one-liners. Oh, okay, so yeah, right here. So we get our arguments, and then instead of Caesar parser, we can just use our parser, and then we can get all of our arguments, and then see if, once we don't get. All right, awesome. What's next? Now we need to have our else. So we can do our continues with received arguments. What's next? Else. Cool. So now this is where we actually start getting the arguments, right? So we can just do a if, and we can say taxi is in our arguments, right? then all we have to do, whoops, we can just say, whoops, I did not mean to, okay. All right, we're almost done with this part. So if text C in arguments, we can just say run underscore Caesar. So run Caesar is equal to arguments.get, and then we need to get the text C. Whoops. All right, so run Caesar is equal to arguments.get. Actually, no, run Caesar should, well, okay, we'll hold on to that for now, right? So now we have the Caesar argument that verifies that we actually are using the Caesar. So now all we have to do, hopefully, is just to try. So attempts to run Caesar. Oh, I didn't realize I wasn't using a comment. There you go. So attempts to run Caesar. We can try to run. Oh, wait a second. We may not need a parser. If we make the first argument. Right? Because if we're using the first argument, yeah, because we can just make the first argument. I'm not sure. Because we could just make it mandatory to have the first argument be the type of cipher, and then the rest of the arguments are going to be passed into the arguments. Okay, I got you. We may need to import OS in here. So import OS. Because we need to get some input for the arguments that they want to throw in there. So where do we get the input in here? Oh, that's right. We don't get input. We just run. Okay. So we need to get input in the main function and then tell them as if they were running the one-liner. Okay. All right. This is going to be difficult, dude. All right, so we can try, and then we can just do if our system, yeah, okay. So we may actually not need the parser. All right, we're going to try it this way. All right, so let's get this, and then we can say check ciphering process. No, instead of process, we're going to do option. Gotta get rolling. Thanks for the content season. All right, man. Thanks for dropping on by. I'll push it up before the end of the stream so you can check it out and see the code. Cool. So check the ciphering option, and then we'll do a ciphering process is equal to sys.arg v and then 1. Cool. Because 0 is the file name and argument v's. So if our ciphering, so instead of ciphering process, I'm going to do ciphering option. Yeah, there you go. Whoops. ciphering option. And then we can do our ciphering option is equal to our tag C. Then we're going to do Caesar main. Caesar cipher.main. So all we have to do is parse the rest of the arguments. So, hold up. Alright, so all we need to have is Caesar cipher ignore the... Okay, so let's go into our Caesar cipher. So if we make this a 2, and then, we can ignore whatever this was doing. We need to have our ciphering process right here. So the 0th one's going to be the file name. The first one is going to be the ciphering option. So the second argument is going to be the ciphering process. So we need to make sure that our Caesar cipher still works. So cd into ciphers, and then we're just going to do like this one. Oh, okay. So instead of Caesar cipher.py, we can just do Caesar. So why is that not working now that we changed that value? Oh. So from 3, can we try that? So tag brute force, tag T. Alright, so that's not working either. Alright, so we need to make sure this is working. So control F sys dot arg. So if checks for arguments. Okay, that's fine. No, that's fine though. This is annoying. Alright, let's just undo. Oh, whoops. Cool. So, I need to think this out. What if we do an os.system? Okay, so os.system. So if it's equal to C, and then, we're going to have an accept. And then, how do we do this again? Cool. So we're just going to replace this with this. Alright, make this a comment, and then simply tab it over. Alright, so yeah, this needs to be tabs back one. Alright, perfect. So if ciphering option is equal to tag C, os.system. Alright, so now all we have to do is os.system, and then we just have to run the rest of their arguments in here, right? Oh, this is going to be so hard, dude. So we do need to parse the arguments. We just need to get the arguments of whatever whatever, what you call it? Oh, all we need to do is get the arguments of everything past. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. So remaining arguments is equal to sys.argb, and then so what's the second argument, and then pass everything from the second argument to the end. So all we had to do was os.system deciphering, remaining argument. So we can just do an f string python 3 wait. So we need to find a way we can run the Caesar cipher and pass in the arguments as well as the remaining code. Okay, so we need to get the arguments in there. How do we do this? So as much fun as coding is, you always have to run into these problems, and it's really hard to deal with. So these remaining arguments are going to be everything past. So technically, we should be able to just do Python 3 slash ciphers slash Caesar cipher dot py, and it's camel case dot pi, and then we can have in our remaining arguments in here. There you go. Is remaining arguments not a thing? Oh, remaining arguments. There you go. Why is this red? String literal is under. Oh, there's no quote. There you go. So this should run the Caesar cipher.py with the other arguments we got in here. And we shouldn't need. Okay. So let's. Okay, that works fine, which is good. So we can cd out of here, and we can python 3 main.py, and then tac c for Caesar cipher. Then we can do a tac e to encrypt, and the tac t for text, which is hello. Okay. Oh, it's running. Oh, so can we just do dot slash maybe? Oh, it ran the Caesar cipher this time. Let's do it in here. So if we do python 3 dot slash Caesar or dot slash ciphers slash Caesar cap cipher dot pi tac e tac t, and then tac t for hello, and then tac k for 5. Okay, that works. So if I... Okay, so this is what should work right here. Great stuff, loving this. Appreciate it, man. Oh, that's what I put. Okay. So technically, if we run Python 3, our main.py file, and then attack C, then attack E, then attack T for hello, and then attack K 5. Oh, why is that not working? Because these are the other arguments. Let's print out whatever argument it's getting. Let's print these out. Let's print remaining arguments. And let's see why that's not working. So it's attack E, attack T, hello, attack K, and 5. What? That should be... Oh, it's taking it as a list, I guess? But like... Okay, let's, instead of os.system, let's print this. What does this look like when it's going through the terminal? See, that's the problem. We need to turn this into a string instead of a list. That's our problem. Okay, so how do we turn the remaining arguments into a string? You can join it, right? So we need to have remaining arguments dot join, and then don't you just join it at like these, right? All right, so let's run this. Oh, I think you just don't leave anything in here then. Is that right? I forgot that. Oh yeah, it's a list. Oh my gosh, dude. See, I saw this coming too. Alright, we don't need this anymore, and we don't need this anymore, we don't need this anymore. As you guys said, the instructions are clear enough. Where is Introduction to Python 3? Alright, and then lists are which ones? The instructions lists are module 4. Alright, how do I connect all the lists again? Is there a way like I can just join all of... I'm probably way overthinking this. Go ahead. Methods. Working with methods is module 7. The items in the list. How do I do this? That join. Oh. Okay, I was doing it wrong. Okay. So remaining arguments. So let's just do string underscore argue. String args is equal to remaining arguments dot join, and then all we have to do here is just join the dang thing. So we can join. Oh wait. Join string comma, and then all we have to do is put the remaining arguments. So like that. So instead of remaining arguments, we can do string args, and then we can run this, and then we get Python 3 Caesar cipher. Oh, it's joining. Oh, instead of a comma, I should just put a space, right? Yeah, so instead of comma, let's put a space. And then, there you go. Okay, wait. So if we os.system this instead of printing it, so delete this, and then os.system. All right. Moment of truth. Claps in the chat, people. Claps in the chat. I don't know why this part is erroring, but right down here, MJQQT. We encrypted it. There you go. Okay. Now we need to figure out why this no value was given thing is here, but it worked. All right, so as soon as we fix that error, what was the error here? No value was given to your argument. Oh, it's because we have the parser up here. All right, we don't actually need the parser anymore, so we can actually delete this because we don't need the parser, and then get rid of the parser, and then we don't even need to try to get those either, and then we can also get rid of this. All right, so if I just, there you go. Check ciphering option. All right, so if I do a, let me clear this, and all right, so if we run this again, all right, I don't know why it's being so weirdly formatted. Oh my gosh, why is PowerShell tripping up so much, dude? All right, it works. I don't know why it's being so funky. Let me, there you go. It works. It works. All right, so now all we have to do is to specify it. Oh no, when we're doing that, it actually may not work. Now that I think about it. Oh no, it works. Okay. So you can run the main.py file, tag C, tag E, tag T, hello. So all you need to be able to do is just see if the file that we're running is the correct, or we need to see the help menu and the arguments. So ciphers. So that's almost it. All we have to do is, all right, so we're gonna, so we'll say, how do we do this in our other help menu? All right, cool. So there you go. So first argument is our ciphering process, and or ciphering our ciphers. So we have a tag C, and none of these exist. So I'm going to confuse new users with this, so I'm going to just delete it for now. And then we have the Caesar cipher. All right. And then this is actually, I guess we should just like, all right, so yeah, this is going to be attack C first, then attack E. And then with this, all right, so under Caesar cipher, all right, and then so it should be attack C, and then I guess it should be second. So second argument. I don't know how to specifically word this, but it's working. So let's like tab these over. Yeah. All right. So let's actually check it out. We can do a Control L. So if we do a Python 3 main.py, it says it gives you the help menu. All right. And if we look at this, or like, so we can actually do our main.py, and then, all right, let's do a Caesar cipher with the tag T, or the tag C. So we can do a tag C, and then we can do a tag E to encrypt, a tag T for some text. We'll do hello, and then a tag K, which will be, I don't know, 15. And then we got the encrypted version of hello. Look at that. Look at that. So if we went to brute force whatever that meant, we can actually do attack TAAD, and then we can do attack B for brute force. Oh, yeah, I have attack B at the end, and we need to replace our attack C with attack B. Oh, whoops. Attack C, and then we need to replace that attack E with the attack B. Okay. And yeah, there you go. It brute forces it. Look at that. All right, so I'm gonna push this because I know the real Zam was asking for this push. So main file base version added. All right, and we'll sync it. All right, that should be it. Because if we go over to the Codex project main, just reset our view and refresh this, repositories, sorry, Codex project. Yeah, there you go. Main file base version has been added. All right, so our main.py, yeah, there you go. All right, so you guys have the most updated version of the code. I think we got a lot of work done in this session. Whoops. Yeah, so now you can actually run it with the Caesar cipher. So I guess in the next stream, I can start developing what you call it. I can't remember my words. Yeah, all right, so we got a working Caesar cipher version, and we have a base model for the help menu. So some stuff we need to do here is we do a to-do, and we can say beautify, and then of course we need to clean. To-do is to clean up the code as well. And then from there, we can just import new to-do, and then import new ciphers. All right, so that's it, guys. All we need to start doing is adding newer and more ciphers. So now that we have this base version done, everything from here on out should be really easy. Yeah. All right, let me kind of just make sure this is all saved. We can close this. We don't need this anymore. All right, I'm gonna just pause the music because I want to talk to you guys straight up. And let me whip out OBS and go on my face. All right, guys. So in this stream, we started from a working or we guess we fully developed a working Caesar Cipher Python package, and then we also were able to implement it into the main.py. So we got the whole thing working. We added brute forcing. Now all we have to do is start adding these new ciphers. So next up is going to be Visionaire cipher. Then we can do, I don't know, multiplicative reverse ciphers or all these cool ciphers, and we can just keep adding it and importing it, and you guys can keep using it. It's not done, obviously, but it is working. It's not pretty, but it's working. So if you guys want to check out the current version of it right now, I'll have the link in the description. It's pinned in the chat and everything else. But that's going to be it, guys. I think this was a moderately entertaining stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Dig talking to you guys. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. So stay happy, stay positive, and as always, happy hacking.